Hi, it is Jo here from Minerva. Today I'm going to show you how to make a sleeve header. A sleeve header is a tailored structured skill or technique which means that you can stop your shoulder of any jacket or coat collapsing, and it's quite good if you don't want the full shape of shoulder pads but you'd like to just make sure that your sleeve hangs really professionally from the sleeve seam head. Sleeve headers are a little bit more subtle than a shoulder pad, so a shoulder pad will change your silhouette somewhat and make a squarer shoulder, but if you just want to stop the sleeve from collapsing, then you can just insert a small shape, and you can change that shape so you can make it quite full or you can make it quite narrow and shallow depending on what shape you need. It's best to try the jacket on, see where you need some shape, tack in your sleeve header, try it on, and then you can keep trimming some out until you get the shape that you would like. I'm making Butterick 6328. I'm making view A, which is that sort of Chanel style jacket. I'm making it in a boucle, which is a sort of almost like a fleece but a bit thicker. It looks like boiled wool on the back, and it's got that sort of really lumpy texture on the top. So it'll make a sort of winter cardigan casual jacket. So I want to wear it with my dress here. That's why I've chosen this bottle green colour. And I want to make a jacket that will still sit over the sleeves of my dress. You can make shoulder inserts out of all different types of materials. So you can try another piece of your fabric. So because my boucle is quite a thick fabric, I could try adding a piece of that into the sleeve head. I can also use a sort of light foam, that also works. I could also use a piece of this fabric with some interfacing on, stiffer than I would normally use, or I can use an iron-on fleece. So all of these products are listed below, and you need to think about what sort of shape do you want your sleeve to be. Is it drooping? Are you getting drag lines? And a sleeve header can stop you getting drag lines from the top of your shoulder. It's more about the shape really than the material choice. So let's head over to the cutting table and I'll show you how to get yourself a template from your sleeve pattern piece. The jacket that I've been making is Butterick 6328 and I'm really pleased with it. It's got a really nice sort of Chanel style, but it's really cozy. It's like wearing a really thick cardigan. But I have noticed a little problem, and you can see here I've got a little bit of a collapsing sleeve there, and on this side I put a shoulder pad in and that's got rid of that collapsed shoulder, but it has made this shoulder quite thick. So I've kind of lost that nice casual cardigan style and it's gone more to a formal jacket. So on this side, this is the ideal place to put a sleeve header. A sleeve header is a supporting structure that you put on the inside of a sleeve. So rather than a shoulder pad, which lifts the shoulder from here, we're looking for a shape that comes from the back notches, because that's where I've got the collapse about here. So I need something to stop this collapsing. Now, a normal sleeve header is about this shape. And it's a piece of structured material or product that you put inside the sleeve head. Or in this case today, I can use a piece of the fabric because the fabric that I'm using is really, really thick. So I want to put a piece of fabric that supports the sleeve. I'm going to change the shape a little bit because I don't really want to change the front because I've got the front line quite nicely. So I'm going to take this up to the sleeve head and fill out that back shape. So I've got a different shape there. I'm going to trace that off with some Swedish tracing paper and then cut that out in fabric, and I'll show you how to put the sleeve header into the sleeve on a jacket. And I'm going to try it with a piece of my fabric. Now it's a bit trial and error because it will depend when you try your jacket on what shape you need. So I've marked on the sleeve header so that I can make sure that I match my piece to the sleeve header, and this is the back notch because that's where I'm getting most of my different drag lines. So I'm going to just pin that in place. I've obviously got to take a seam allowance off there as well. So try it in the fabric first, see if this is going to be enough to hold your sleeve header, and if not, then you can try some other materials. Other products you might try are some interfacing. So if you haven't got a thick spongy fabric like I have, you can make a sleeve header out of, if you're making this jacket in a linen, and you could interface a piece of linen. You could use a wadding, so this is a quilt wadding, so you could cut a piece of this. This could work on its own if your jacket was lined, because you wouldn't see this, and you quite often see this inside men's jackets. So if you took apart a tailored men's jacket, you'd see some cotton wadding in the sleeve head as a sleeve header. If you really want to make a statement and lift your sleeves to another level because the style dictates that, then you can use a really thin sponge, and that you probably won't need quite the same shape and amount. You might just need a little strip of that to put along the curved edge of the sleeve head. This one is a fusible fleece, so this is gluey on one side and fleecy on the other, and you could also iron that onto your fabric if your fabric isn't as thick and spongy as my boucle. So there's lots of things to play around with to get the shape that you want. This curve here is the unfinished edge, and this is your sleeve head edge, so you might want to finish there. If you're just trying out at this stage and twirling just to see if you can change your drag lines or change the shape of your sleeve, then you might not want to finish it yet. I'm going to finish it, put it into my jacket, and you can see what happens. Okay, here's the sleeve, the one that's got the slight droop, and here's my sleeve header. I'm going to match up the sleeve head with the sleeve head. Got quite a lot of layers there. Just going to put a couple of pins in and match that around. It's a good thing to put on after you've done the sleeve, so you're not trying to insert the sleeve and all of the header at the same time, and you can match up the back notch with the back of the jacket. So this is what it looks like on the inside, quite tricky to show you. It sits inside the sleeve head. And now you can sew this on, and we can turn it out and try it on and see if we need to take any of this out, if we need to make it a little bit narrower, or if we need to curve out at any particular point. You will need to make sure that your seam allowance is within your sleeve head insertion seam allowance, because you don't want to see this stitch line from the right side. So here it is inserted. Let's have a look at what it looks like when we turn it out the right way. So do you remember it before? I've got a shoulder pad in this side, which is why this shoulder is higher than this one. But that little dink that I had going in there has gone, because inside there is a sleeve header, and it's holding that beautiful shape of the curved sleeve. So if you don't want the height of a shoulder pad to hold your sleeve, even there, look, that could do with a sleeve header in there. I'm getting a little collapsed sleeve there. But this side, without a shoulder pad, but with the sleeve header, it makes a really great shape. So a sleeve header video tutorial can't just be this is how you do it, because there's lots of trial and error in what shape you choose, what look you're trying to get, and which products that you're going to use. But this is just brilliant. I am so pleased with that. It's just got rid of that collapsing sleeve. I hope that's helped. I really like sleeve headers because you can even insert them after you have finished your jacket. So if you finish a jacket, especially an unlined one like this, then you can try it on and you can always just go back and add one to the sleeve seam. So it's quite versatile. Thank you very much for watching. If you are thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind making a jacket, then you can follow the sew along for 6328, or you can go and check out our other jacket and coat patterns over at Minerva. You can also match that up with some coat fabrics which are on our site. We would love to see any coats and jackets that you've made, so please make an account with us and share your makes, because we love to see what is happening in the sewing community. See you again soon.